If you ask most leaders, are you going for gold? I think most of them will tell you they are. But here's what I want to put forward to you. Most leaders are not going for gold. Most leaders are merely going for silver or maybe even bronze. Now, they're still leaders at a bronze level. I mean, of course, we're using the Olympic medals as a metaphor. But if you're a bronze medalist, you're still way above the crowd. If you're a silver, you're definitely way above the crowd. And the cool thing about that is that others will rally around you as a bronze, as a silver. They'll talk to you about how amazing you are. You're an Olympian. You're a medalist. This is absolutely fantastic. But what I want you to know is the reason that most people won't go for gold is because if they went for gold, they would face rejection. And most people are not willing to face rejection. You see, when you get to be gold, everybody is after whatever the record is you set. If you set a record in bronze or in silver, people are going to blow past that. And it's like, it doesn't affect your standing. But when you get to that gold level, that is the standard. And most people are not willing to face dealing with the enemy. So what they do is they pull back. We know in psychology that the closer somebody gets to the finish line, the more they're likely to put the foot off the accelerator. That's the gold standard. Most people are not willing to go to the gold standard because they're not willing to have enemies. They're not willing to face the fact that others will reject them when they get to be that. So, well, if I get to that standard, well, my friends won't like me anymore. My mom won't talk to me. My family won't be as close to me. We hold back. And here's the thing, that at that bronze and silver level, it is the upper echelon of mediocrity. But it's not gold standard. That gold standard means you have got to be willing to face the rejection. You have got to be willing to face the possibility of creating enemies purely and simply by the fact that you are at that gold level. Because that takes a whole different level of dedication, a different level of commitment, because you will be saying no to things that the bronze and silvers can say yes to. Being gold in your life, becoming a gold standard leader, that's different altogether. The level of discipline, the level of focus, the level of commitment is vastly different. But more than anything, the potential social rejection is vast. Yes, there's the accolades. Yes, there's the applause. But if you look at anybody at the very top of their game, they have enemies. My good friend Larry Wingert says if he doesn't get a couple of death threats a week, he knows he's become irrelevant. It's not because he likes death threats. It's because he understands that at that gold standard, you're going to get enemies. So my challenge to you as you're having this conversation with me is this. Are you willing, genuinely, are you willing to have enemies? Not to try and generate enemies, but to understand that people will turn their back on you. If you can't face that, then understand that you might get to be bronze, you might get to be silver, but that's merely the upper echelon of mediocrity. And you won't be at gold, and that's okay. That's nothing wrong with that. But that gold standard, that means you have to stand alone for a while. There is a piece between silver and gold that I'll get into in another conversation. But for this conversation, that's what I really want you to understand. So stay curious, my friend. Really, stay curious about your own willingness to face the rejection of what it takes to be at that gold level. As you know, I'm Dov Baron. I'm the founder of FullMontyLeadership.com. I'm out.